Sunday night game, Saints at the Buccaneers. This line opened up -4.5 for the Buccaneers. It's up to 5.5, which is kind of a surprising line move, considering that the Buccaneers almost lost to the Giants. So who do you like in this game?
Yeah, I like the Bucs here too. I'm surprised by the line movement, though. I would think that it would stay neutral or trend in the other direction, but this is a classic revenge game scenario for the Bucs. The Bucs have been looking ahead to this one, and we saw what they did to the Packers in a game that they were looking forward to. They just absolutely demolished the Packers, made Aaron Rodgers look terrible in that game. So I think they could do the same thing to the Saints here, especially if Michael Thomas can't play. It sounds like he should have a chance to come back, and Emmanuel Sanders will be back in this game. But if Michael Thomas is, questionable or 50-50 or isn't 100% and tries to play, then I think the Saints are going to still have some trouble moving the ball on a Bucs defense that's mostly been good. They've struggled against the Giants game in the Giants game, but I think that was because they weren't focused. So I think the Bucs should do well there, and they're getting a boost at receiver in this game because Antonio Brown is going to play. And look, I have no idea what to expect from him on the field. I have no idea what to expect from him off the field. I wouldn't have signed him if I were the Bucs. I'm worried about how this is going to work out. But the fact of the matter is, last time we saw him, he was still very talented. So at least on the field, hypothetically, he should play well. And Chris Godwin could also possibly return. He had surgery on a broken finger and missed last week, but it remains possible that he could play. So if both of them are out there, even if Godwin's used more as a decoy, it's going to give the Bucs a big boost and just an advantage in the receiving game. So I like the Bucs for a couple units. Depending on the injury report, if Michael Thomas is out and Chris Godwin is in, I may go as high as 4 units on this one. I'm pretty confident that Tampa Bay is going to bounce back here.
Nice. Yeah. So we're on the same side. I'm not as high on the Buccaneers. I was hoping to get a better line because I knew the advanced line was 4.5. So when the Buccaneers almost lost to the Giants, I'm like, okay, maybe we get 4, 3.5, maybe 3 even. And yeah, that didn't happen. It went the other way. And I think one of two things happen. It's either the sharps like the Buccaneers and they're betting them, or the sharps are pretending to like the Buccaneers and they're moving the line, kind of like it happens in the stock market on like low volume, where they're hoping to get 6 so they can bet the Saints at +6. So it's like one of those things. 2 things are happening. Not sure which, but yeah, I'm with you on the Buccaneers. I think the Antonio Brown acquisition is huge. I agree with you in terms of not wanting to sign Antonio Brown. And I think that kind of made sense for 31 teams in the NFL. But I think the Buccaneers are a special case because Antonio Brown has a relationship with Tom Brady. And he respects Tom Brady. He's practiced with him. He played with him, albeit in one game, but he still played with him. So there is some chemistry there. Brady has defended Antonio Brown before. So I'm expecting, I can't say this is a guarantee that Brown's going to behave, but I think with Brady, he has more of a chance of behaving than he does with any other quarterback. So we'll see what happens. But the Brown acquisition is big because, as we saw in the Monday night game, Mike Evans is not 100%. He's getting healthier, but he's still not 100%. And, Brady had to rely on Scotty Miller, who's okay, but then he kept throwing to Jaden Mickens. It's like, who is this guy? Why is he playing? Imagine throwing to Antonio Brown instead of Jaden Mickens. It's going to make such a big difference. Unfortunately, for Buccaneer bettors, it sounds like Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders will be back. But still, I like this. I like the Buccaneers with the revenge. I just wish we were getting a better number.
Yeah, I wish we were getting a better number too. I had thought this was going to be a 4-point line when I first looked at it, so that may have influenced the units I wrote down. I may do a unit less at the 5.5 number. And if it gets to 6, then I'll definitely consider dropping the unit count because of what you said about the sharps potentially betting it up. But I do think Tampa Bay should be favored here because I think the Saints are a little bit overrated too right now. They've won a lot of close games against teams that aren't that great. Like the Bears last week, they really went to overtime with them, and it looked like they almost lost that game or were going to tie. Also, I don't understand what Sean Payton was doing at the end of overtime when he kicked that field goal because he could have run the clock all the way down and gotten it closer, but he decided to go for the field goal. That was weird coaching there. So just wanted to bring that up because that's another one of the reasons I lost a fantasy game by less than 1 point, and I'm kind of bitter about it.
That was terrible coaching. Like,
Yeah.
if you miss the field goal, the Bears have another chance. And it was funny because the Bears screwed up because they had a timeout and they used the timeout to ice the kicker. And when they did that, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, if you get the ball back, you're going to need that timeout because there's not that much. There's like a minute left, right? You're gonna need it probably. So it was just bad coaching all around. Which kind of surprising for Sean Payton. Not so much Matt Nagy, but Sean Payton. Yeah, that was a bad game from the Saints. They're going to be better with Michael Thomas, but as some of the people were pointed out, DLC said the timing with Thomas will be off, and Sanders like that could definitely be the case. So yeah, I agree. We both like Tampa, but you like them a lot more.